Good morning, students. So again, today we are here. Today we will have the revision of figures of speech. Last time we have studied some of the figures of speech. So today we will have the revision of figures of speech. Because as we proceed through the poems, we know that figures of speech are essential. And there we are asked one question about the figures of speech and that carries 1 mark. So today again we will have the revision of figures of speech. So please listen all of you. Yes, here we have the revision section. See the first figure of speech which is mentioned. So we will go through it. Yes, I know it. So that is simile. Simile, that is a comparison between the two objects using the words as and like. So what is simile? Simile is the comparison between the two objects using the words as and like. See the spelling of simile here. S-I-M-I-L-E. Okay, S-I-M-I-L-E, which is not at all smile. It is simile. S-I-M-I-L-E. So here there we will find out comparison. Comparison between two objects. Objects can be living or non-living. Two objects using that is as and like. So when you compare the two objects, you have to use as and like. So these words, if you see there, then it is a simile. Okay, it is not at all metaphor. For simile and metaphor, last time we have done it. Okay, so in simile you will see these words as and like, and there is a comparison between two objects. Now two objects can be living or non-living. So first example we will see, his brain is like a computer. Okay, his brain is like a computer. So here like we are comparing his brain to a computer. Then next example, the moon is as white as snow. The moon is as white as snow. Here we have seen it. So here the words are as and here like. So when we will explain, so not only the question is asked that name the figure of speech. It is name and explain the figure of speech. So when we will explain this figure of speech, first we will write down the name of that figure of speech. Suppose we are explaining the first one. Okay, so we will write down the name of that figure of speech, underline it, give a dash, and then we will explain what is there in the first. His brain is compared to a computer. So you will explain that is his brain is compared to a computer. Now listen here. His brain, we have taken it from the above sentence, okay, from the sentence given, so we will write it in single inverted comma. And this computer also we have taken it from the above sentence. So again we will write it in the single inverted comma and we will underline these two words. So we have to highlight these two, okay. That's why we have written it in single inverted comma as we have taken it from the above sentence, and we have to mention, highlight it as his brain is compared to a computer. So this is the way of writing. If you without underlining, if you write it, you will get 1 mark there, but that is the proper presentation of writing the figure of speech. Okay. The next one related to simile. The next is our metaphor. We will get the next second figure of speech, that is metaphor. Okay, simile and metaphor near about same. So again in the simile you will see, in the metaphor you will see that comparison between the two objects. Okay, comparison or implied comparison we can write it here. Okay, implied comparison. So that is implied comparison between the two objects. Implied comparison between the two objects that you can see. Okay. So metaphor again. See the first sentence if we write in this manner. His brain is computer. His brain is computer. We haven't used the word like here, but we came to know the meaning. His brain is computer means his brain is like a computer. But here, his brain is implied as a computer. Okay? Means directly we have compared to a computer without using the word like or as. So here again, when we are explaining the same thing, his brain is compared to a comparison or his brain is implied and compared to a computer that you can write it. Now see the next example. Suppose it is camel is the sheep of the desert. So as the ship does work in the sea, so same the camel does in the desert. So we come to know camel is compared to the ship which carries the goods or the persons. Okay. So camel does the ship or work of a ship there. So in the desert camel works and in the sea ship works. Okay. So camel is the ship of the desert. So here we come to know that camel is compared to a ship. So here also we can write it camel is compared to the ship, only that is sufficient. So when we will explain, see the first one, that is first we have to write down metaphor. Okay, don't get confused over the simile and the metaphor. If you see as and like words means that is a simile, but if no as and like words and comparison is there, okay, so there it is a metaphor. So that is here in the first sentence. Yeah, in the second sentence we can do it. That is first sentence, see there, his brain is compared to a computer. Again, we have to write in the same manner, that is, we have to use single inverted comma here and if possible, underline it. If possible, lightly underline it so it will look beautiful. So when you see these sentences and underline is done there, means our attention first goes to that underlined word, okay, because we are highlighting it. Okay, so here also see this, the pattern you have to write it as a metaphor and then his brain is compared to a computer. So you have to explain, the question is name and explain the figure of speech. So don't get confused over simile and metaphor. Simile means comparison between the two objects using the words as and like. So wherever you will see as and like words, that is simile. And metaphor, it is implied comparison between the two objects, means that is implied. It is comparison, directly comparison between the two objects. His brain is computer. Camel is the sheep of the desert. Ministers are the pillars of the state. He is the head of the family. Okay, in this way you will get the sentences. Okay, next figure of speech you will see it. Yes, the third figure of speech which we are going to see is personification. Personification, the name itself suggests that something is related to a person. Yes, here we are giving human quality to a non-living thing. So non-living things are personified. That's why the name is personification. Non-living things are given human quality. So that is non-living things are given human quality, or non-living things are personified. Okay, so non-living things are given human quality. So we will see what qualities we can give in poems, and these figures of speech, as I told you, are mostly found in the poems, because in poems many imaginary things are there. So in poems only we will see that some non-living things are given the human quality. Leaves dance, stones wept. So these are the earth smiles. So these are all the non-living things and we give human quality. So in poem, all the dreams, all our imagination comes there in the poem. So that is there. So see here the first example. The earth smiles when it rains. Okay, the earth smiles when it rains. So earth, non-living thing, and how it can smile. So but in poem we can use such language here. Then next we can say leaves dance when it breezes. So leaves dance. So again we are giving human quality to the non-living things. So here the earth smiles when it rains. So when the explanation will come there, we have to write it personification. Name of the figure of speech is essential there. So that is personification, and then we will explain that figure of speech. Okay. So personification means that is non-living things are personified. We must know that which non-living thing has been given which quality of a person. So that is personification. So here that is the earth is given the human quality. The earth is given the human quality of smiling. The earth smiles. So that is the earth is given the human quality of smiling. So here the earth we will underline, put it in the single inverted comma, and smiling, that also we have taken it. So that also we will highlight it giving the single inverted comma there. So in this way personification, the earth is given the human quality of smiling. We will do it. Okay. So personification means non-living things are given the human quality. And what are the human qualities that also you have to mention it in explanation. So the earth smiles, the leaves dance, stones wept. So these are all the personification. Next figure of speech that we are going to see is fourth one, apostrophe. Sometimes you may get this fourth figure of speech also, that is apostrophe. Now what is apostrophe here? Listen here, abstract things are addressed as they are standing before us. Now what are abstract things? The things which we cannot touch or see, but we can feel it. Okay, these are the abstract things. Okay, so abstract nouns, you know it, honesty, liberty, these are all the abstract nouns. So these abstract things are addressed. Okay, how? So here we will write down abstract things are addressed. They are addressed as they are standing before us. They are addressed as they are standing before us. Okay, so we talk to those abstract things. Yes, that is our habitual. We are habitual of doing this. जैसे भी हम कहते हैं मेरे लाइफ में ऐसा ही है, मेरे लाइफ ने ये क्या कर दिया, मेरे लक ने ये क्या किया, मेरे भाग्य में ऐसा ही है. So all these things we are habitual of talking. Okay, sometimes हम बोलते हैं मेरी लाइफ मेरा साथ दो. So these are all the things we do it, and this is we are in habitual there. First see there, oh life, you play a game. Okay, we are talking to life. Oh life, you play a game. Or second one, see there, oh love, you cheat me. Oh love, you cheat me. Oh death, you come at any time. When we can talk to life, we can talk to death also. Oh death, you give us no warning. So in this way, abstract things, these are the things which we cannot see or touch, but we can have the feeling of those things. Oh liberty, oh freedom, what crimes are done under thy name. So that is also we are talking to freedom. Is freedom a thing, any living thing which is standing before us? No, not at all. But these are the abstract nouns, and we are talking to such nouns. Okay, so here when we will explain, it is apostrophe. See the spelling properly of each each and every figure of speech. Apostrophe, so that is abstract thing. You have to mention it there, which is the abstract thing. Have you particularly understood the figure of speech or not? Abstract thing. Here in the first sentence, what is the abstract thing? That is the life. Abstract thing, life is at rest. That you have to write. Life is at rest. And you will underline this life. Okay? Abstract thing, life is at rest. So here in the second one, abstract thing, luck is at rest. You have to explain the figure of speech. Okay? You are explaining, you are telling it to the teacher, but think that you will explain it properly. Okay, only you can write it abstract thing is at rest. But what is the abstract thing? Have you understood the meaning of the abstract thing? That also you have to show your knowledge. Okay, then only you can, it is very easy to score 1 mark. That is, but presentation and for overall about 90 scoring, that you have to explain each and everything. Okay, so this is personification where the non-living things are given the human quality. Okay, the earth smiles when it rains and leaves dance when it breezes. So here the earth is given the human quality of dancing and leaves are given the human quality of dancing. And here apostrophe abstract things are addressed means O life, O love, O death. Then O freedom, O liberty. This you can do it. O honesty. Okay. It's very difficult to live with you. Oh, honesty, it's very difficult. Oh, sincerity, it's very difficult to live with you. So in this way we can do it. Okay, so this is a personification and apostrophe. Next figure of speech which we are going to discuss is next one, that is antithesis. Fifth figure of speech. Last time I told you what does the word actually means. So mostly the meanings are there in the words itself. So antithesis. Anti means the opposite. Clockwise and anti-clockwise, you know it. So anti means ulta. So anti means opposite. Thesis means the words. Okay, so opposite words. So here opposite words are used in a single sentence. Okay. So you will find out in many poems that is opposite words are used in a sentence. In a sentence, okay, a means that is the singular, okay, that is in a single sentence you will find out the opposite words, and in many of the poems you will find out in the lines the opposite words are used. That is he works day and night, okay. So you will see that is in habit also we talk about this, he works day and night. वो दिन रात मेहनत करता है. So that is we are using the opposite words. Second examples. The waves turn up and down. The waves turned up and down. Now listen here. So these are the words, day and night are opposite words, up and down are opposite words. So these we are using in the sentence, upar, niche, up and down. Okay, there are many ups and downs in life. Again, we are using the opposite words here. Okay, so see there, explanation. Now, the first one, we will write down antithesis. Okay, write down the name of the figure of speech there, antithesis. And then which opposite words are here? So you will write down day and night. Day and night are opposite words. So which words are there opposite? Day and night. So again you will write it in single inverted comma and mention it with a line. You will highlight it with a giving an underline. Okay. So that is here. Day and night are opposite words. So antithesis opposite words are used in a sentence. Next figure of speech you will do it. That is the just opposite to antithesis. So it is tautology. Okay, same it is. So words of similar meaning. Words of similar meaning. Yes, many times we use it. We repeat the meaning of those words. Words of similar meaning are used in a sentence. Words of similar meaning are used in a sentence. So here also we will see many times we are habitual kuda, kachra. So we tell this sadhu, sant. So these are the words of similar meaning. So I will give you one example, that is filth and dirt. Filth and dirt cover the city. Okay, so filth and dirt, that means kuda, kachra. So filth and dirt cover the city. And next one again, many seers and prophets are invited. Many seers and prophets are invited. So seers and prophets means that is sadhu, sant. So many seers and prophets are invited. Okay. So sadhu, sant, and we use it. We know the meaning that is sadhu, sant. Most of it is not the same, but similar in it. Okay. So we use these words. So that is A. We will write down tautology. Explanation is tautology. And then we underline this tautology and see the filth and dirt have similar meaning, not the same. We will not use the word same. So filth and dirt okay, have similar meaning. So filth and dirt have similar meaning. We will again underline these two words there, filth and dirt, and mention it in single inverted comma, so that will be clear for your teacher to check it properly. Okay. So antithesis and tautology. Antithesis means opposite words. Yeah, words of opposite meaning are used in a sentence. In a sentence means in a single sentence. So that is, he works day and night. The waves turned up and down. Okay. And tautology, words of similar meaning are used in a sentence. Filth and dirt cover the city. Many seers and prophets are born. And we are habitual of using such words. Okay. So today's 6 figure of speech we have done it. The first one, that is the first which we have used it, is that is simile. In simile we have seen that. Okay, in simile, comparison between the two objects using the words as and like. So that is, his brain is like a computer. Okay, her frock is as colorful as a butterfly. So these examples, if you see as and like words, then that is simile. See the spelling, it is not at all smile, it is simile, S-I-M-I-L-E. Okay, next one is a metaphor related to simile. Okay, so metaphor, again comparison between the two objects. Implied comparison is there, direct comparison you can write it. Okay, so that is, his brain is computer, or ministers are the pillars of the state. Okay, camel is the ship of the desert. He is the lion of the family. Okay, in this way you can use it. Or he is the king of the family, means he is compared to the king. Okay, that is simile and metaphor. Next one we have done it, personification. Means non-living things are given human quality. So non-living things means, that is, here we have given the example, that is the earth smiles. Okay, the stones wept, the leaves dance. In this way non-living things are given the human quality. Then next you have to explain it as the earth is given the human quality of smiling. Okay, after that we have done apostrophe. In apostrophe I told you abstract things are addressed. So abstract thing, what are the abstract things? The things which we cannot touch or see, but we can feel it. And we talk to those things as they are standing before us. Or death, you come at any time. Okay, or life, you play a game. In this way we address the things, abstract things. Next one that we have done it is antithesis. Yes, opposite words are used in a sentence. So he works day and night, and we are habitual of using such kind of sentences. Okay, the waves turn up and down. There are many ups and downs in the life. Okay, here. Then next one is the tautology. Words of similar, not the same, but similar meaning are near about the same, that is there. Filth and dirt covered the city, that is kuda kachra, and many seers and prophets are invited. So sadhu san. So we are habitual of using such type of again words. So antithesis and tautology, we use it many times. Okay. So figures of speech means the mode of our talking. Okay, how to explain the things to others to make it easier for explanation and the others should understand it. Sometimes we compare it, sometimes we address such things, sometimes we use similar words, meaning if one word cannot be understood, then next one word can be there. Okay, so that is in this way we use the words there. So use of words, how we are using the words. Okay, so this is the figure of speech, and therefore it is the name is given the figures of speech, the mode of our way of using the speech, that is there. How to explain the things to others in a better way. So that is figure of speech. We will continue with the figure of speech in the next period again. So there are many more figure of speech to be revised. Okay, we have done it. Okay, till then, goodbye all of you. Have a nice time.